Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. I think I'm going to get started on this live stream, and people can come in and out as they please. And I'm just going to film this like a regular video. I need some water though. Okay. So, well, first of all, I'm wearing my therapy is cool shirt. Because I thought it would be appropriate for today's live stream because I'm going to be talking about DBT or dialectical behavioral therapy, and I am going to be focusing on the mindfulness skills in the DBT skills training and handbook, workbook, worksheets. I can't read upside down. The DBT skills training handout and worksheets, second edition by Marcia M. Lenahan. But I think first it would probably be helpful if I just went over DBT in general, what it is, why people find it helpful. Like I said, DBT stands for Dialectical Behavioral Therapy. All right, let's see if we can get a definition in here. And if I can't find anything quick, should have prepared for this. If I can't find anything quick, I will just do an overview of DBT. I'll do my definition of DBT. So, sorry, I'm burping a little bit. I just ate a lot of pizza. So, basically, dialectical behavioral therapy is a skills-based therapy. So, clients or people learning DBT will be taught coping skills, which is really awesome because I know I'm probably not the only one that has struggled in traditional talk therapy, where it's basically you, a therapist, and you talking for 50 minutes about everything that has been plaguing you. Dialectical behavioral therapy is really good if you are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder or any sort of disorder that involves trauma. And let's face it, I think that I can safely say that most people with mental illness probably have suffered some sort of traumatic experience. So DBT is especially good for people with trauma-related disorders because you don't have to talk about the trauma at first. It takes time, and first you're learning skills on how to deal with your emotions and how to regulate your emotions. Sometimes it's hard to talk about our trauma, especially if we have any issues with dissociation or extreme anxiety and post-traumatic sort of behaviors or feelings, I guess. DBT has 4 categories of skills: mindfulness, emotion regulation, stress tolerance, and interpersonal effectiveness skills. Mindfulness helps us stay in the present and understanding of ourselves, our goals, who we are, where we're going, that sort of thing. Emotion regulation is helpful to regulate our emotions, different skills that we can use to make sure that our emotions can be as regulated as possible. Stress tolerance is skills to help you tolerate your distress when you're in a stressful moment. It might be self-soothe, things like that. And then interpersonal effectiveness. Interpersonal effectiveness helps people learn skills to deal with relationships, problems in relationships, how to communicate better, and how to be more effective in your relationships. But today, I'm going to be talking about the mindfulness skills. So, what do most people think when they think about mindfulness? You can pause this and comment down below if you'd like what you think about when you think about mindfulness. I know when I was first taught the concept of mindfulness, I went, oh, mindfulness, that equals meditation, because I had heard a lot about mindfulness meditation and such. But mindfulness isn't just about meditation, and there's really nothing in here about meditation. It's an option to use as mindfulness, but the way that DBT explains mindfulness is different than just for meditation. So the goals of a mindfulness practice is to reduce suffering and increase happiness. We don't want to increase our suffering at all in any way. So the goal is to reduce suffering. Increase control of your mind. Stop letting your mind control you. If you're a person that suffers with any sort of intrusive thoughts or compulsions or anything like that, you probably understand why this can be so debilitating. And experience reality as it is. So living your life with eyes wide open, connection to the universe, essential goodness, and essential validity. Here's the definition of mindfulness according to Marsha Linehan. She says, mindfulness is intentionally living with awareness in the present moment, without judging or rejecting the moment, without attachment to the moment. And here is the overview of all the mindfulness skills in DBT. There's wise mind and the other states of mind. What skills? What skills are what you do when you're practicing mindfulness. And it includes observing, describing, and participating. And the how skills. How you practice mindfulness. Non-judgmentally, one mindfully, and effectively. That is the overview of the DBT mindfulness skills. I think today for this video / this live stream, I will cover wise mind, states of mind. This is very useful information that's helped me greatly, and it's kind of the building blocks of mindfulness. And mindfulness is the building block of DBT. You need mindfulness, really, to be able to use all of the other skills. And I just want to preface this. I should have probably prefaced this in the beginning of the video, but I am not a mental health clinician. I have not been professionally trained in dialectical behavioral therapy. I am just a person who has used a lot of dialectical behavioral therapy in my own recovery and have been so inspired by it that I am going to school to hopefully become a therapist. But as of now, not licensed in any sort of way, not a doctor, not a clinician yet, and I have not taken any professional training in DBT, just the kind of training you would get as a client or patient. So I just wanted to put that out there. That way there is no confusion. Okay, so let's talk about the states of mind. I'm going to do this by drawing a little diagram for you. But first, I have to grab some paper and some color pens, because color pens make everything more interesting. I see a person has joined me. Hello, person. Oh, no, they left. Sometimes I scare people away. Sometimes people leave the live stream when they get noticed. It is quite all right. Right, here's a clean page. Let's do this, shall we? States of mind are best described with a Venn diagram. Fancy. I don't know if anyone remembers Venn diagrams from like elementary school, but that is what we are going to be using today to describe the states of mind in DBT. I'm going to draw a nice little Venn diagram here. Isn't she cute? Purple and blue Venn diagram. There's 3 states of mind in DBT: wise mind, emotion mind, and reasonable mind. Let's call the blue circle emotion mind. See? Emotion mind. Now, what is emotion mind? When you're in emotion mind, you are ruled by your moods and feelings and urges to do or say things. Facts, reason, logic, they're not important when you're in emotion mind. I just read that directly out of the skills handbook. Emotion mind is when you're so upset about something or so emotional about something that your brain is not able to think logically at all. I know that I've been in emotion mind plenty of times in my life where I'm so upset, maybe I'm having an urge to act on a behavior that is not the best for me, and it's like I don't see any reason why I shouldn't engage in that behavior. I might be really upset, crying, really angry maybe. Maybe I'm so angry that I don't see any reason why I should not kick a hole in the wall because I'm so angry and my anger is driving all of my actions and driving all of my thoughts. And I don't see any reason why I shouldn't kick a hole in the wall because my emotions are driving me to want to do that. Emotion mind's good though for some things. We need parts of emotion mind. If we didn't have emotion mind at all, we wouldn't be able to love people. We wouldn't be able to think art was pretty or think music was beautiful. So emotion mind is good as long as it's contained and we're not using just emotion mind. Other state of mind is rational mind. Rational mind is going to be the purple circle in our Venn diagram. Now, if emotion mind is all about emotions driving our actions, what do you think rational mind is? Rational mind is when we are task focused. We're completely logical. Everything is ruled by facts and rules and regulations. Feelings aren't important when we're in rational mind. You might be able to see how this would be problematic. It's good to have logic and reason and to follow rules and stuff, but we need to listen to our intuition and our feelings as well. We can't do everything based on rules and facts and regulations. There's exceptions to rules. We need emotion to make decisions, and we need rational mind to make decisions. If you make just a rational decision, you might not be listening to your wants and your desires, but if you only listen to your emotion mind, you might make a decision that has no reason or logic to it at all and might be an ineffective way to react. So, like I said, there's 3 states of the mind: rational mind, emotion mind, and wise mind. Wise mind is right here. I'm going to color it in pink. Right here. This is rational mind, and this is where the magic happens, or at least that's what I like to tell myself. Wise mind is the wisdom within each person. It's seeing the value of both reason and emotion. Bringing left brain and right brain together, it's the middle path. I also just read that out of the manual. Wise mind is the perfect combination between emotional and rational mind. It's when we're listening to our intuition to make decisions, not in an emotional way and not purely in a rational way, but a combination of both. This is very important when we're trying to figure things out, trying to figure out if we should act on an urge or not, trying to figure out a decision for us to make. The combination of both these minds to make wise mind is where you want to be when you're making decisions, when you're making important decisions, when you're making decisions about what you're going to do next, what you're going to do right now in this moment when you're angry. It's a place where you can come in and kind of just be wise, like finding your wisdom, your inner wisdom, your intuition, as I keep saying. I'm trying to think of an example in my own life when I've used my wise mind. I like to think that I'm in wise mind often now, more often than I was in before I started doing dialectical behavioral therapy and before I sought treatment. Okay, here's an example. Say you were in a car accident. You weren't badly injured or anything, but you were shooken up and your car was damaged. To be an emotional mind during that situation, you might just get out, not want to get out of your car. You might just sit in your car and be crying and crying and crying and crying and not know what to do at all. Not, you can't move. You're paralyzed. You're paralyzed by your fear. You're paralyzed by your worry. And you're paralyzed by your emotions. On the other hand, if you were treating the car accident only in your rational part of your brain, you wouldn't validate your own emotions at all. You would just get out of the car, probably be kind of numb to the situation, call the police, call a mechanic, and get that all taken care of. But you wouldn't be valuing your emotions and the experience you just went through as something valid and as something upsetting. That's where wise mind would come in. If you got in a car accident and you were able to get into your wise mind, which getting into the wise mind does take work, and there are techniques for that. But if you were in wise mind after this car accident occurred, then you would be able to validate your emotions about how stressful and upsetting that this is. You would also be able to call, ask for help, and get things taken care of, call for someone to come pick you up, call for your car to get towed, things like that. That would be a wise mind decision. And that's the goal. That's the goal, for us to be able to get into wise mind easier and make more decisions from a place of reason and logic mixed together evenly, where our intuition and our truth and our well-being is kind of laying in the wise mind. There's a lot of different techniques in the book for how to practice wise mind, how to cultivate wise mind. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but the one I am going to go through might sound silly, but it has actually helped me the most in my personal life if I'm in emotion mind, because I am usually in emotion mind more than I am in rational mind. The technique is breathing in wise, breathing out mind. This is kind of just a little meditative breathing exercise that you can do if you're an emotional mind or rational mind and you're trying to figure out how to get into your wise mind. Maybe someone just said something to you that you found rude and you just want to punch them in the face because you're an emotion mind and you're so upset and angry with them that you want to just punch them in the face. Maybe you could sit with yourself for like 30 seconds and just breathe in wise, exhale mind. Breathe in wise, exhale mind. You can kind of do that until you understand that you're in emotion mind. You're able to identify that, and you're able to identify what a more wise-minded decision would be. Probably to talk to that person or to just remove yourself from the situation. So looking at the manual, that's pretty much all that I want to go over today about wise mind. I hope that this helped. This is the first mindfulness skill in the DBT manual by Marshall Lenehan. And I hope this hopefully maybe helped you. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a professional or anything, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but this is just some of the skills that really have helped me with my recovery. And I want to make sure that these skills are outside and accessible to lots of people, because I know therapy is expensive and DBT therapy can be hard to find in certain states and countries. So I just wanted to go over some things so that people can use the skills and hopefully start feeling better like I have. Thank you so much for watching. Leave any comments or questions down below and I will do my best to answer them. And I hope you guys are all doing well. Take care.